Welcome to BizFlow Tutorials. In this video, I'm going to cover Firearm Trade within the FFL series. Let's get started. To begin, we will look at the Enabling Trade-in function. Following that, I will show you how to create a new trade-in the point of sale or POS. Then I will show you how to add a new firearm, update it in the bound book, review the acquisitions and dispositions, and finally review the bound book. Starting from the dashboard, head over to the options on the left and click on the Configuration tab. From here, click on Policies from the dropdown. Once arriving at the screen, you will go into the Functionality tab. Here you must make sure the Buy Trade feature is selected. If not, make sure you click on the box beside it and save. Now that you have made sure the Buy Trade function is enabled, you can navigate to it by returning to the options on the left, clicking on Order Management, and selecting the Buy Trade option. This is where all of the trade-in transactions will be stored and accessed. When creating new trade-ins, you may want to categorize all of the firearm trade-ins as one product, and from there you can organize them by serial number. If you choose to do this, you can navigate to the Setup/Manage tab on the left and click on Products from the dropdown. You can create a new product titled Firearm for Buy or Trade, which is what I have done below. Once clicking on that product, you can see that the regular price and serial price of this product are 0, because you are capturing this product at the serial number level. As you add individually serialized items for trade-ins, they will appear under the Inventory tab. In order to create a new trade-in, you must conduct it in the POS. To navigate to the POS, you can go to the options on the left of the screen and click on Payments, then POS from the dropdown. Or you can use the Quick Access at the top of the screen and click on POS. Once arriving at the POS, you first need to input the name of the customer. After the customer has been selected, the trade-in button will become available. Here you can click on it and a new pop-up will appear. All of the firearms you have in your system will appear here, and you can choose to use the Firearm for Buy or Trade option you have created previously. Once selecting the Firearm for Trade, you must go through the product details, and for this instance, it would be a used firearm, and the cost would be what you are purchasing the firearm for. Let's say the trade-in value would be $200, and the selling value can be $300. Next, under the ATF required information, you would select the type, for instance a handgun, the manufacturer can be Sig Sauer, the importer can be USA, the model can be SG520, and the caliber can be 9mm. If there is any other information to be filled out, you can do so here. Next, you can choose if the firearm is taxable, and if so, select Merchandise. Lastly, you can input the firearm serial number. Once completely filled out, you can save this information. Now the firearm for the trade-in will appear, as well as the price you are buying that firearm for. In order to sell and trade an item to this customer from your inventory, you can click on the Add Item box and select items from there. Or you can navigate to the Scan/Enter Item box and type in that item. For example, you can select a Sig Sauer P365 for $550, and once adding the item and selecting it, a pop-up will appear asking if a 4473 has been completed for this firearm for this customer. If so, click Yes and proceed to add the firearm to the ticket. The $200 will then be deducted from the $550 firearm that the customer is purchasing, and tax will be calculated from the final amount, which would be $350. To complete this transaction, you will add the payment method, whether it be cash, check, or credit card. For this instance, I will choose check, then type in the check number. You can choose to turn off notifications for this transaction, and when complete, check out. Now that you've completed this transaction, you can navigate to the FFL Bound Book tab located to the left of the screen. From here, in a new tab, the bound book will appear and you can look at the acquisitions. The most recent transaction will show at the top. If you would like to see the dispositions, you can navigate to the list of those by clicking on Disposition on the left, and the firearm you most recently sold will be shown at the top. When clicking on the Bound Book tab itself, then Primary, items acquired and sold will appear here and the most recent acquisition will show at the top. This completes a tutorial on how to trade firearms in BizFlow. Thank you for watching.